Hi guys, hello and welcome back to the channel. It's all about racing. In this episode, we're going to go back to a few of my cars from my Nascar collection that I've had for well over 20 years now. This particular car being a 2002 Ford Taurus, the number 2 car driven by Rusty Wallace. This is a Miller Lite car, and this was one of 6,008 produced. Now this is an RCCA Action Elite car, and as such comes with this absolutely gorgeous box, very luxurious. I mean, these cars look like $1 million, and quite frankly, you know, this car cost $100, and that was a lot 20 years ago for a die-cast car, but it's chump change compared to what some of these 143 scale cars that we buy now do. And the level of detail on these cars is absolutely phenomenal. For example, take a look at that engine. Look at those hinges. Look at the tethers that they added at that time. So if the so if the deck lid flew off, you wouldn't lose it. It would be tethered down. And just look at the attention to detail that you've got in there, guys. I mean, this is phenomenal. On the front of the car, you see all the aluminum inlaid parts, not just painted plastic. Of course, these are die-cast. They're not resin models. And they've held up remarkably well. This car is, 21 years old, still in mint condition. It sits in my display case that I've got up against the wall that some of you may have seen. And here's a nice look at the interior, the driver's compartment of the car. I mean, really, really nicely done. The driver's net is actually, it's fabric. It is not plastic. You can see the exhausts. The wheels are nicely done with a Goodyear Eagle. And of course, you have all the accompanying decals and sponsors you expect on these race cars of that era. Well, actually, of all the eras. It's still sponsor driven. Without that, none of these cars would compete. And here's a nice look of the car from the passenger side. Again, you can see some of the incredible detailing of the interior of that car. Fire extinguisher, seat, framework, everything. Just absolutely remarkable. The flaps on the top of the car, they do open. They are there to keep the car essentially from flipping in the air, which was not uncommon and still happened, flaps or not. But nevertheless, supposedly, I guess it reduced the likelihood that it would happen in a high-speed accident, as which they had quite a few of in that era. Now, if you thought the engine was detailed, take a look at this fuel tank that you have here. You've got the line coming in, you know, I guess the filler hose, as you might call it there. You've got the fuel tank itself. You've got the relief hose over there. You have got hinges on it. You have got the tether straps again. I mean, just amazing work that RCCA did. And of course, for a $100 car, you would expect that. The chrome blue finish on this Miller Time Taurus is just absolutely amazing. It's gorgeous, guys. Now we're going to take a look at the underside of this car. You can see the radiator from here. You can see some of the engine details, the transmission housing, the drive shaft, which does rotate and turn. Folks, these are rubber belts on there. They're rubber. Look at the springs. Look at the rotor detail on the inside of the wheel, not on the outside where nobody looks. Big, huge, massive rubber rears as well. They are stickers. And there is your certificate of authenticity, this being number 1,289. This was towards the end of the run of these cars made, as they only made 1,608 of them, which, folks, is not a lot of cars for a popular driver like Rusty Wallace and with this RCCA Elite division. Of course, these cars were almost twice as expensive as the other cars on the market, but that might be some reason why. But folks, this is an absolutely beautiful model. I hope you have enjoyed this review, particularly if you're a Rusty Wallace fan. Again, this is the number 2 Ford Taurus by Rusty Wallace. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya.